Good evening. It's the Black Super Friends podcast. Welcome to the real. Good evening on this Monday night. It's the day after Valentine's Day, so some of y'all are still out there in those streets. Hi, I'm your host, Donnie Simpson. On this episode of the Black Super Friends podcast, I want to introduce you to my three best friends that are immaculately dressed tonight because it's the day after Valentine's Day, and we still want to give y'all this flavor. All right? All of the dudes look dapper tonight. I'm gonna go to the bottom. The man who is full of love. He is Chris, the Valentine's Day phenomenal international love ambassador, Chris Leo.
Oh man, you had me at love ambassador. But fellas, this is my favorite holiday. This is Single Awareness Day. This is where she finds out if she's bae or nay. Well, see, here's the thing. What makes Single Awareness Day so good is that the wine is half off, the balloons is half off, you get the chocolate half off, basically for free, fellas. And we should celebrate today because we got through the gauntlet as a single man. And what is the gauntlet? The gauntlet is right after Halloween all the way until today. And that you can smell the disappointment and heartbreak in the air. I'm Chris Leo, and remember, kings live forever. Thank you.
Well, I simply put that it's the day that a woman finds out whether she's Betty or Shirley. All right. On the top, I'm going to the man right outside of the ATL, immaculately dressed. He is the father of Super Mario Jr. I always like to highlight that because that's my dog. Welcome to the show, Super Mario Sr. Oh, he didn't win out. Mario, you are professional.
I'm a little hungover from Valentine's night.
Oh,
drunk with love.
All right.
Hey, cheers to the Valentine's Day motion.
All right. Last but not least, I'm going to the bottom. The man who loves to smile, the man who loves to give women the insight they need. You know him as the ladies' man.
Leon Phelps, how y'all doing?
Okay,
Happy
Leon.
Side Nigga Day, the day after the beautiful, illustrious Valentine's Day. How y'all doing? Welcome to the Black Super Friends podcast.
Well, thank you, ladies, man, for killing the sponsor before the show even started with the N-word bombs and Black History Month at that. Listen, I didn't have much tonight, but
that's an ignorant person.
Okay. Well, we tried to bury the N-word. Apparently, they say it's Easter.
Resurrection.
Well, listen. I did a poor job of talking about Black History Month, being distracted. I wanted to speak on something, and I encourage everyone to support the film, the Judas and the Black Messiah. It's sad that we got to put stuff in a movie form for us to get knowledge of it sometime. Talking to a few people who had never heard of Fred Hampton was kind of heartbreaking, but I hope that the story of Fred Hampton actually gets some fanfare. Let his spirit live on, because there were so many misconceptions about the Black Panther Party. And to know Fred Hampton was a person for everyone who was simply against poverty. And that is why I think what made him so dangerous. However, the film is told from the eyes of the confidential informant, Wild Bill. I think his name was William O'Neill. On the night, the thing that's going to bother us the night that Fred Hampton was killed, the informant, Wild Bill, gave Fred Hampton enough fentanyl that even if the police didn't run into that house that night and kill most of the people involved, he would have died from fentanyl overdose anyway. However, the fact that to have COINTELPRO, which most people don't understand or know about, I want you to research that and ask yourself: is it still relevant? Is it still present today? You know, when you hear stories about certain outspoken black leaders, understand if that you can see where they're still working. After Fred Hampton was killed, the informant still stayed with the Black Panther Party until 1973. In 1972, there was a police involved shooting where Wild Bill, must having a change of conscience, testified against the policeman, and the policeman was found guilty. After that, the FBI revealed that Wild Bill was the FBI informant, which led him to run into witness protection programs for many years. I will highlight that Wild Bill also was gifted a gas station and money for his involvement in taking down the Black Panther Party. Wild Bill stayed in witness protection until, I believe, when he committed suicide in 1990. So I just wanted to give some insight. I encourage everybody to watch that film, get familiar with Fred Hampton, really know the heart of this brother who did all of this and was killed at the age of 21 years old. Chris.
Man, I appreciate you giving us that intro and that education, because I really didn't know much about Fred Hampton. Hammond, I'm sorry. I really didn't know much about him, but you know, watching this movie this weekend, it was so impactful. The know that this guy died at 21, so he's doing these things when he was young. And you spoke about it. The story is told through Wild Bill's eyes. I honestly, man, I think the director did such a wonderful job with this. Is that it's stories about Fred. It seems like it's coming from Will, but the baby mother's perspective from this film was amazing to me. It showed a woman captivated by a man's leadership, by the essence of what should captivate women. A man being able strength, masculinity, his purpose in life. He put his purpose for the people and his love for the people over everything. So I was completely amazed by this film. You got to go see Judas and the Black Messiah, man. It was amazing to me. Say what you thought. Turn your mic on. You are a professional.
You finally got me. So I'm with you though, Chris. I knew about Fred Hampton. I never knew in depth the story about him. I watched the movie over the weekend twice because it was just that riveting for me. I learned a lot. I did not realize that he was as young as he was. And toward the end, when it, showed that scene of him getting executed, I thought about the young lady that we have modern day that we're dealing with that got executed in her sleep. And I said to myself, my God, they've been doing this and no one ever gets found guilty. So that for me, that was kind of heart wrenching. That was the hard, gritty part of the movie for me. I liked it. It drove me to want to know more about Fred Hampton. So I myself am going to do some research so that I can see what was going on. I did not realize that he was as young as he was and had already did a prison sentence prior to getting executed by the feds. What you had, Mario?
I think that I must say that I seen the movie too, and after I studied the Black Panthers somewhat in depth. I'm not gonna say that I'm a member or I know it all, but I am intrigued about the whole movement because anytime you can think about all the stuff they was doing without the government assistance, like feeding the children, going out helping women, like out there, they was really just built off of independence and building each other up, and that's just inspiring to me at all. Then I understood that most of the members were young people, like most of the Black Panther members were joining at young ages, like under 21. Most of the members were there. So now you got to think that a lot of times people always tell us in our life that, hey, you'll grow into it, or you too young, or you know what I'm saying, you don't know when you later. But these people had done figured that they was not gonna wait till they later. They was gonna do it now, and they was gonna be united. And I got inspired all over again. Another thing I did see is that how treacherous the government is, how they will go to so many lengths. Like you got to understand the point of the movie when he said, jail is not an option anymore. Jail made Bobby Seals and Huey legends. Fred can't go back to jail no more. Just to understand that, like Chris has spoke about this last show. If you ever been in jail, and you got to understand, this is one of the worst places in the world a man could imagine. But to say that jail was not good enough for him no more is that's just to show you the vitriol that this man had for the whole point of just in fear of them uniting all the people under the poverty line that they wanted to oppress. Because one thing Fred seen, and me and Horace had talked about, is I think that he was so much more dangerous than any of our leaders had ever been, because he seen the real revolution of the oppressed people of being poor. Like, if you white, you Spanish, it don't matter. We all poor. We all oppressed. We all at the bottom level. And if we can all some kind of way band together, we can overthrow the system and actually obtain the democracy that people throw around and say that we have. And I just think that if you haven't seen this movie, that you need to go. I know the movie theaters are down right now, but just pay for somebody to go see it, or let them use your HBO Max code. It don't matter. I think everybody that's under $100,000, or maybe you got it, should see this movie right now, because this was just an amazing movie.
And you know what? One other thing too, Mario. If you saw the pivotal point when he was talking to the leader of the Crowns, and he was so futuristic that he was already saying that, like he was telling him that you're gonna die, and he's like, yeah, but that would be so much of an honor to know that I'm dying for the people. Which is funny to me to hear a black man say that, because if the republic that we stand for is supposedly for the people, come on, man, and this man isn't even a part of the republic. He's trying to establish something. He was already willing to die for it, so that man was willing to stand for something. I can't do nothing but respect him.
Yeah, I also wanted to add a little something. The Black Panther Party get a lot of bad rap, but a lot of the things that they initiated in the Black Panther Party was taken from them and implemented into our way of life. The free lunch, the free healthcare, they started national screening for sickle cell because they seen that there was a issue in the Black community. So a lot of the things that they was doing also got implemented into our natural day of life. So I want to give a big shout out to the Black Panther Party.
Right, clinics. Just say clinics, after school program, just to throw some other stuff in there, because we had to go to the hospital or to a big mama. Now they was implementing clinics, like just if you didn't have to go get taken care of by our own. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say kudos to the Black Panther Party. I think shame on us, because we're taught stuff, and we never go out and see if it's true or not for ourselves. Like you say, it had such a bad term on the Black Panthers, but everything they did was amazing. They were harmless. The Black Panthers were also formed to help Black people, protect Black people against the KKK. Well, it's funny that they took no time to dismantle the Black Panthers, but we still have the KKK around. So just FYI for reference. Yeah, so the day in Palm Beach, you guys, we had a new day. It's President's Day, all right? And today I got to see what Palm Beach is beginning to be. Palm Beach now is turning into the new location for Make America Great. So today on Southern, this is how they celebrated. On both sides of the road, shut the road down. People stood out there for hours just to catch Donald Trump come through on a motor parade on his way back home. The thing I do want to highlight before we move on is today, or this week, last week, Donald Trump beat another impeachment trial. So I was talking on a political chat the other day, and I was like, you got to call him the Teflon Don. And it's not that he's Teflon, it's because of the Democratic and political drama that's played out. You went and had, in my opinion, he's not guilty again, but in my opinion, you had an impeachment trial that you knew you didn't have the numbers to win. So after that, now you're making this person feel invincible. when you could have took the route of going after him criminally. So I didn't understand the purpose of having an impeachment trial that you know you didn't have the votes to win. So now, 2024, the election is looking like it is going to be a doozy again, because whether you like him or not, Trump will say he's not going to be Republican no more. He is going to be the MAGA party, and the MAGA party represents 70 million voters. So if you have somebody Republican and you have somebody Democrat, that votes get split. Plus, you got to think about the Bernie crats. So I didn't know if y'all guys looked at that, but I just thought it was a big crap show because it gets us people that don't know politics. We're so excited. Oh, he got off again. Oh, but they knew this. So it is your responsibility to educate on how government works and know about the Senate, know about the House, know about the votes. So not to ramble on, Mario, give me your thoughts on that before we go.
Well, you really said everything I wanted to say, because when I really think about it, like me finding out that they knew they was not going to win, it was just like, here we go with the smoke and mirrors and the pony show again. It's just like, it's just for emotional rises. That's all they're doing this for, just to rise your emotions up, to feel like, yeah, we won, but then they know they didn't won. But by the time you notice that we had nothing, it don't matter. My candidate in, and he's out, and we done did enough mudslinging to get him out. So that's all that matters. It just, the politics, I guess, the more I learn about politics, the more I see how fake and fugazi it is, and how much smoke and mirrors. Not to keep entering that word, but that's really what it is, just a bunch of smoke and mirrors. And this is just the latest episode of as the presidents in the White House turn.
Well, before I go to Chris, I want to say something. We highlighted on this show, if Biden did what he's supposed to do, they could lock up the White House for 12 to 16 years. Biden has not kept any of his promises yet. Only to the LGBT alphabet community. He's done that. But those $2,000 checks and some of those promises he made with student loans, I have yet to see them. Chris.
Well, honestly, man, there's nothing to see here. This is normal. This is how this justice system works. It works for rich white men, privileged white men, influential white men, powerful white men. This has how it has always worked. So it's nothing really new to see here. I think that at the end of the day, the boogeyman is gone. He's no longer the president. I don't know why we put too much emphasis on him now. I think that what we need to direct our focus to is Biden, the current administration, and see if we can put more fire, put his feet to the fire and things like that. Or you need to focus on your local politics. I seen you did a interview with Glenn Spiritus. I would like to have a conversation with you about that. But that's what we need to focus on right now. Not Trump. Trump is gone. It's over with. We have a whole new administration in. Let's move on. Let's focus on politics.
Hey, you better tell them boy Shaka Zulu said about that enemy. You don't kill him.
Yeah, he coming back. 2024. So I don't think Trump is gone. You fail to realize what Hart said. 70 million people voted for this man. 2024, they did not get the impeachment that they were looking for, which was stupid because he was already out of the office. You couldn't do it while he was in. How do you impeach a president that's no longer president? Didn't make sense to me. I thought that they should have stuck with plan A, which was go after him through the appellate courts in New York, because that's where his crimes were committed, or at least something that's going to stick to him, because we already know how the system works. It's not what you've done, it's what you can prove. They seem to have had the evidence there, but they didn't go that route. I don't know what they're trying to do. So Horace, like you said, I'm seeing moves in Biden's camp where they're already starting to falter. They're already starting to falter. So I mean, I've been calling him Teflon Don since he got in the chair, because nothing after he got in the chair ceased to amaze me. So this doesn't even amaze me. So I'm right with you on that there, Chris. Regular normal day in politics in America.
Yeah, and we just want to highlight it because, like I said, we don't tell people about parties. But listen, now you even have the Dems already fighting. You have my partner Nina Turner. Shout out to Nina Turner, who is running for government. But she's like, you said $2,000. Send out $2,000 checks. Don't try to, now you're trying to change the criteria from 75K to 50K. Just send out everybody $2,000 checks. Everybody was affected by COVID. Just send the checks out. You know, be able to be a person that's of your word. $2,000 is not enough for people who just endured that. That's probably 1 month worth of bills. So Yes, Chris.
How much does baby daddies get of that? Because I know the kids get. Never mind. Who cares about the baby daddies?
Well, listen.
Smart.
You had a president that was a baby daddy. He cared. Hey, okay. Let me stop playing around. Let me ask you something, guys. I'm going to the viewer bag. All right, I'm going to be a guest. I'm going to be a good host tonight. The people that watch this show want to get insight from you guys. And while you guys are looking Valentine's fresh, we're going to have some transparency tonight. And the question tonight will be, list 3 reasons why you wouldn't date yourself and 3 reasons why you would. And for that, I am going to the man with the hearts behind his head, Chris, which never gives a dull moment.
Okay, well, for one, I snore very loudly, very, very loudly. So you might want to get to sleep before me. 2, I'm very greedy. So if you have any type of leftovers in the fridge, I'm not asking. I'm just gonna smash it, and you're gonna have to be mad about it. I'm also kind of selfish. I didn't have parents like that. I've had to take care of myself since I was 16 years old, 18, really. So honestly, man, while other people get to focus on living, I focus on surviving. So my focus is normally on making sure I'm straight, so I can make sure, my responsibilities is taken care of, my daughter's straight and stuff like that. So I'm very selfish when it comes to relationships because that's my focus. But on the flip side of that makes me very self-sufficient. So if I'm gonna say the bad things, this is what you should date me. I'm very self-sufficient. I'm not gonna be one that needing your car, needing your house, needing your money or nothing like that. I take care of myself. I handle my own responsibilities. You're not going to have to take care of my child. She has a mother and her father takes care of everything else. So that's not going to be your issue. What else? I'm a father. So at the end of the day, I am the remedy to what's it called? Daddy issues. I'm the cure to daddy issues. I'm the remedy to the young fatherless black young man. I'm the answer to all this. So what I bring to the table is, a father, leadership, things of that nature. What else can I say? Because there's so many great things. What else, man? I don't know, man. To me, it's a lot of good reasons to date me, and I think the good reasons outweigh the bad. You're not going to have a dull moment. I'm always going to be able to put a smile on your face, which I think is very important. I think that in the tough times, especially in relationships, someone needs to make you laugh. Someone needs to make you smile, and that's what I've always had the ability to do. I focus on conversation. I'm a great communicator, and you get it's like a lottery ticket. You got to play to win.
All right, that was contested number 1, Chris Leo. Going to contested number 2 is playing for the sake of fun. I'm going to go next to Mario, who is ineligible, but we want you to give your insight for the fans at home.
Okay. If was a fifth, that mean I would be single, but I'm not. So let's play this game. One of the things I think that I hear a lot, and I have to admit about this, is that I'm a lot of times that I take things too literal. I like to, if you say something to me, I'm going to take you at your word, and I'm going to make you stand on it. And then sometimes in a relationship, that can get overbearing because if you make a mistake and say stuff wrong, or if you misquote yourself, you're going to be held to just exactly what you said. Because I don't like gray areas. I like to deal with what is what when we are talking. And I've had problems with communication on that part right there. I'm a bit old fashioned. A lot of times these days you hear people say, "Oh, I like the new era, man," and this and this. Now I'm kind of like, I want to be the provider. I want to take out the garbage. I want you to kind of cook. You don't have to. I want you to have food prepared. It don't have to be cooked. You can order it every day. I just want that. I want a nurturing woman. I want a loving woman. I want my woman to be soft, and that's what I want. So I'm old fashioned. So nowadays that seems to be a negative trait that men have. So I have that trait. And I still got trust issues, even though I'm married. I still got trust issues from growing up in the hood. Just being realistic. Like, you see so much backstabbing and so many undercover women just doing all kind of stuff, and even dudes who married just lying and just all this kind of stuff. It clouds your judgment and your reality of actually being able to trust people. So right now, as I'm trying to unlearn all these bad habits that I learned for over 30 years growing up in the inner city, that might be something that somebody might take a pause on and saying, hey man, do I want to go with him while he take this journey and relearning how to be a civilian in the world? So those are the three things I think that will give you red flags when you're dealing with me. Now to the great stuff. Okay. Well, I think first of all, I think if you did date me, you're lucky. Let's just get that straight. So I think that right now I have the ability to go into different environments and fit right in. I think that you could take me to any kind of environment, whether it be a corporate environment. I could dress the part, talk, interact, and socialize, or I could go right in the middle of the hood and then stand up, and I ain't gonna be no square. And I think that that's a lost art in dealing with black men. I always hear women say they want a man who kind of rough, but know how to act in public places. I think I'm pretty good at that. The second thing is I actually care about people a lot. I grew up with a single mom who I seen just give out herself. Like, I had a lot of people stay at my house, and if you ever met my mom, she just poured love. So I think her and my aunties poured so much love into me. I have empathy for people at a high rate, and I love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're in my circle, I believe I love you to a fault. And I always look for the good in people. And you know what I'm saying? Like, well, maybe this happened or maybe that happened. Let's just, you know what I'm saying? The third thing is I think I pride myself on being a problem solver. And the first step in that is I take accountability. So I look at myself and say, in any situation, and say, what could DeMario have done different? Like, before I blame anybody else, before I lash out, I say, yeah, that might have been wrong, but okay, I got robbed. Well, what was the sign I missed before I got robbed? So did I entice them? Did I do this? And I think accountability is a lost art too. And I'm gonna just give you one more. And I care about my appearance. I think a lot of times these days, dudes feel like money supersedes everything. But I do actually go to the doctor, get checked up, groom myself. I take dressing, you know what I'm saying, and being my appearance being impeccable to another thing. And I go to the gym, not just to look good, but to keep myself healthy. So if you was to get with me, that you know that I'm trying to be around to love you as many years as possible. That's the good and the bad when you're dealing with Super Mario Senior.
You're professional.
Xavier. Well,
Okay.
you know the order.
Well, I was making sure. I thought you was about to host and say something. But so let's go. When you guys gave 3 reasons why I wouldn't date myself. The first reason why I wouldn't date myself is because for my mother, I am the only child. For my father, I am the baby. So that makes me selfish. Yes, I can admit it. I am selfish, and for good reason too. Thank you, guys. What I will say is the reason why I am selfish with myself is because there's some things that I want to get taken care of, and I haven't quite reached where I am comfortable to take on, I would say, the extra load of a relationship. Because let's be honest, relationships take a lot of attention and nurturing, and sometimes I get tunnel vision on what it is that I want to, my purpose in life and what I want to accomplish. So I block out the things that will make me seem insensitive because I need to get to my goal. And for individuals who are, I like to say, W-2 minded, not entrepreneurial spirited, they don't understand what it is that I'm going through or what I'm trying to accomplish. So they write me off as being inconsiderate. I'll take it right now. It's not a problem. The third thing is that leads me to be quote unquote a hole. I've gotten that in so many rights. I wear it. It's okay. I'll accept it. when I get to where I need to be, then I can work on improving myself. But I'm going to take that first step that my brother said, which is accountability. I'm going to own it. You know, I'm not trying to be a certain way, but I do want to get a certain thing. And if you desire to be with me, you'll understand that, and you'll understand me, hopefully. But those are the three things that I would see why I wouldn't date myself right now. And I try to make those things readily available to any young lady that I speak to up front, that this is where I am in life. Take me or
You're
leave it.
forgetting one, Jay. You're forgetting one reason too.
What's that one?
It's not Wednesday.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta tell us
Wacky.
why you should, didn't you?
I date
Yeah.
myself.
What's your
Yeah.
reason why you should?
I'm going there.
Okay,
So
okay.
the reasons that I would say that I'm good, like, yeah, I am a Cancer. The reason, which is the main reason why I would say I would date me, because I'm loyal to a fault. You know, me and Mario have some things in common. When I fool with you, or in my words, I like to say, if I up with you, I'm stuck with you. You know, I've come to learn though through these years of growing up in the inner city that ain't always what life is cracked up to be, and that's okay because you refine and you evolve as you get older. Um, One of the other things is what my good friend Chris Leo said. I am a great father and an excellent leader. I feel like, you know, if I come into a situation where there are youngsters involved, I am going to give them the knowledge for them to not make the mistakes that I made, because I made a whole lot of them. So in that, right, that makes me genuine, and I'm very supportive, whether it be to children or whether it be to that significant other. If you're telling me that you say you want to do a certain thing, I am more of an irritational speaker than a more motivational speaker, because I've heard that my mouth doesn't care what comes out of it. And if you tell me something, like Mario said, I am going to hold you to it. I hope you do the same with me. I call that LOVE. And like I said, if you know me, is to love me, because again, if I say something to you and I rub you the wrong way, always know that it came from my heart. I meant it from a good place. I apologize that the words didn't escape my mouth in the best manner. And that's what I got for you about Leon Phelps, the latest man.
Well, one more thing. Can I just put one more thing in there?
Go ahead, my brother.
Also, we are. I speak for me and my brother Zay here. We are free agents. And what is free agents? We ain't nobody current or ex-husband. We ain't nobody current or ex-fiance. And if you happen to become our lady, you are one of the selective few. It's really not that many of you guys. It's like the top quarterback Hall of Fame. Everybody can join. It's not the Hall of Really Good. It's the Hall of Fame.
That's very true, Chris. I don't think I had, but what, 4 or 5 girlfriends in life? So you might be right. That's the upper echelon of women.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That I've dealt with.
you ain't carrying
Man.
around saying, "Oh, this woman can say she was your wife, or this woman can say she was your fiance, or I was Zay lady for this amount of time." You know, ain't too many people can say that. So that's what I'm bringing to the table. Like you get to be
Value.
some of my first. You get to be some of my first. You did.
I like the way you put that.
You
First.
That's what she
Yeah.
said. Hey,
Phenomenal.
I don't know what the hell that was. That damn sales pitch. It was,
Just saying. I'm just saying.
Hey, boy,
All right.
the boy said some stuff.
yeah, I see. When you guys are clicking on both cylinders, this gets scary. All right. 3 reasons I wouldn't date myself. Shit. I would say right now I'm in transition. I thought I was ready, but probably I'm not. You know, my sons, one of them in the comments, are now grown. I've spent so much time being a father for the last 20 years that is not what I thought it was. So now I got so much free time that I got to figure out what life is, what I want to do, because I dedicated my life to my boys. Second of all, I might be a workaholic right now. So I'm real focused. And I don't know. The last one is, I don't know. Y'all will give me an answer in a minute. So y'all know me.
Asshole. You're arrogant. You think you're the shit. Should I keep on?
I just found out
You had
all
him
of
as
that.
asshole and arrogant. I was like, yeah, so.
And you know what hurts me? I really be like, but everybody's saying, I'm like, well, goddamn, I guess I am that asshole. But
Mirror conversation, my brother.
Well, shit, I ain't worse than Chris. I'll be number 2.
Oh, no,
He
about
takes
that.
accountability.
I'm misunderstood.
Chris is Captain Asshole for sure. The reason I would date myself, I am boring. I'm boring in a good way. I probably would pamper somebody, meaning I like to cook, I like to clean. I'm usually at home all the time, kind of domesticated. So after work, when we home, I'm a home type dude. I want to be with my woman, whether we at the house or we going out just to run some errands. I'm more of a house type dude. I'm funny as hell. I'm the funniest on this cast by far. And I would say, yeah, and I would say that I'm faithful and loving. So I will give you some devotion. I'm not whorish once you actually get me under contract.
Boorish towns.
Oh, you guys are rough one tonight, buddy. I tell you what. All right, number 4. Since you guys are feeling so great tonight, I don't know if it's because Chris is wearing the black that makes him feel slim. But tonight,
it's way too tight. About to bust up out this motherfucker.
I look like you about to give blood. But listen, hey, another viewer question though, bro, on a serious tip, and it's just our insight. We're not Kevin Samuels. What does a man really want from a woman? This came from a woman. One of our viewers say, after reading one of our topics, you were like, well, damn, what does a man really want from a woman? So I said, let me go to the panel and see. So I'm going to go to Chris, the expert Leo.
Well, not that they have listened at all, not that they're going to listen at all, but
And I'm the asshole.
100 million times, and the lonely female in the back, we as men have all came together and said we want, this is the bare minimum: respect, cooperation, accountability, and sex. This is the bare minimum. All of us that came together, we got on a Zoom call, and then we came up with this: respect, accountability, cooperation, and sex. Now, if you want to take that to a whole nother level, because that's ground zero. You want to take it to a whole nother level, add in a little bit of appreciation and effort. Men love appreciation and effort. I don't care if you take out the trash. You want to just feel like you want to feel appreciated for it. He wants you to put some effort in on it, especially in the dating stage. Let's say he's paying. Come closer to him. Let's say he's the one that's coming up with the dates and things like that. How much is it for you to call? I came from a time where you got a woman number and she couldn't stop calling. Now it's like you that's the only way you can find out if a woman actually wants you, is that she calls you and she shows effort. So again, that the next level is respect, appreciation. The next level is appreciation and effort. That goes a long, long way. After that, I come back to you. I haven't completely made the Super Saiyan high level yet. But Mario, maybe you can enlighten us on this.
Well, I think to be simple and to the point. A man want a woman to be a woman and let a man be a man. Like, I think right now, if everybody, me and my brothers talk, and I'm saying brothers like on this show daily about how we better ourselves, like how iron sharpens iron. Right now, we're sharpening each other because we're all men going through life as men through a man's experience. So I think if women did that to each other and didn't worry about what a good man was, what a man should do, this what this, I think that women have spend more time learning from older women who have mastered the art of being women instead of telling men how to be men. I think that right there, we'll be okay. Because I believe that once a woman get past those first layers of trying to run everything, then everything be smooth to me. I think that if you just sit back and say, you know what, I'm gonna master being a woman. So when a man tell me this, I'm gonna listen, see if I can do it, and if I can't, I'm gonna just move off. It's simple. I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna go back and forth because a lot of the stuff we go through in life is decisions. Like it always bothered me to see people in a relationship that they chose arguing and fussing and fighting. Like, bro, just leave. Like, you see what I'm saying? So right now, and that's the second thing I would go to. Peace. Men want peace, especially black men. We go through so much stuff. You don't understand the pressure though. Should I say something? I gotta say something. I shouldn't say something. Just off talking, then getting up, trying to find a way, trying to be a good example, but trying not to be too soft. Cause then you the good guy. You know what good guys finish last. Trying not to be too hard, cause then you're a male chauvinist or you're an asshole. So every day we trying to navigate what kind of man we need to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, because women change what kind of man they want Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So it's not like all we trying to do is trying to be what y'all want. So I think that right now in this world, not to talk all around, if men focus on being men and women focus on being women, I think that we'll find it what we need to be is with each other, and then we'll be good.
Mm.
Word.
I like how you put that, Hard. Amber, I want to kind of chime in with what you said about the older women not offering that advice to the younger women because they resent them. We as men find the same resentment in the younger men, but it got to be done, baby. So you got to, tell them to teach you guys if that's the case, so that they know where their pitfalls, so that in dealing with a man. But Mario, you're absolutely correct. I say it all the time. They don't like to hear me say it. Listen, women mess up when women try to tell men how to be men, and you never been one. We don't try to tell you how to be women. We'll never ever tell you how to be a woman. We will tell you what we like and don't like. So that's one of the things. But when I look at this question and I said, what is it that a man really wants from a woman? Reciprocity. He wants reciprocity. He wants that same effort that he had, that he's, I don't even want to say champion, because at this point it seems like entitlement, but the same energy that a woman wants a man to give, she should be giving. I'm a poster child for saying whatever it is that you want from a person, first give, and then by default they'll do it because they'll see that you're doing it. And if not, you have the fortitude or the wherewithal of yourself to leave. Like Mario said, men do not like getting in arguments. I made a comment before about nagging broads, and that brought out some of the best of our sorry about that, our spectators. And I said that for a reason, because that's the way that men depict you when you keep trying to tell him what to do. You're nagging to him. He already knows or has in his mind what he wants to do. Follow his lead. If his lead isn't what you want, check out, have that meeting. You see what I'm saying? And tell him it's nice, but it's not going to be here for you. But for me, I think all that men really want is someone that's going to show him that they're going to be able to put into it what he's putting in. If he's putting in half, you put in half. See how long that lasts. When he starts putting, when you put in 100, when he puts in 100, see how long that lasts. But try to give what you would like. Encouragement, love. I heard you guys say commitment, consistency, and love. You see what I'm saying? We left the money side out of it because apparently women said that they don't need that to be in a relationship. So good. Men don't need you to have that either. But we do want you to have some things. Stop, again, telling us what to do. Stop trying to take our role away from us. It's the reason why you guys want a man, I believe. But who am I? What you got for Horace? You are a professional.
Turn your mic on.
And I'm a dancer too. After 12 lesson.
That's a whole nother show.
They're gonna get itself.
Josh,
Hey, TT,
coming to the stage.
coffee cake. Hey, shout out to my cousin TT who tuned in tonight, man. He's younger than me, but he gave me a lot of insight about 2 weeks ago during the conversation. What does a man really want from a woman? I'm gonna keep it simple for me. Mario said something that was key. Mario said, I think you said, to let a man be a man and for the woman to be the woman, right? But I'll say for women, we need your encouragement. We need your love. I value a woman that prays for me. The woman that has some grace to understand I'm still figuring out life. I'm trying my best. You know what I mean? Understanding my journey. And I need your devotion. I need you to be totally sold on me that I'm with you, you with me. And no matter what comes up, because trials and tribulations are going to come up, that I know that you are with me. That's important because a man to feel secure when he got a woman he know that's there for him, she's sold on him, and she ain't gonna haul ass on him. You know what I mean? When things get rough or something she might think is better come along. And a man wants peace. When we out in this world, man, the last thing I want is to come home to more chaos. Peace,
Right.
prosperity, and a piece of you is what I need. And last off, I need a woman that's gonna love me when it hurts. I ain't gonna always make you happy, but I need you to love me even when it hurts to love me. And that's what a man really wants. So to my son, who's down there trolling me in the comments, he don't understand. He's 20 years old. He's a
Yeah,
frozen pork chop.
yeah.
You think you love him? Think you love him? Boy, they love that frozen pork chop you're carrying around.
Yeah, dog.
So
We ain't advocating that title, man. You're not giving up on women, and you say your message is relationships are overrated. Laugh out loud. 2021 are for situationships in my generation, fellas. If there's one thing you need to learn from your dad and all of your OGs, you never want to be in your generation. You want to be a step or two ahead of your generation. We're not advocating giving up on women. We're not advocating not being in relationships and nothing like that, fella. We advocate picking the correct one by trial, not even by trial and error, by process of elimination, by educated information, by listening to OGs. But we are not going to tell you to just give up on women. We're not going to do that.
I think not to cut you off, I think there's something to be said. It's a lost art that's left, that's lost, I think, in women. And I don't see it displayed as much no more. I remember my uncle, y'all know my Uncle P. My Uncle P is a guy who was like a stern guy. He's from Belgrade, Florida, rough hands, mechanic, owned his own tire shop, rough guy. My auntie's one of the sweetest people in the world, right? So then I can see her coming. I used to see her come home and him coming home. He'd be like, I don't care. I ain't doing it. And I don't give a damn what nobody say. And he just raised it, big guy, big broad shoulders. And my auntie be like, okay, baby, I understand. And she'll go in there. Y'all go sit down. Hold on. The next thing you know, y'all go ahead and do it. Y'all go ahead and do it. And I never understood it. In between fire and brimstone, I don't give a damn if Jesus Christ himself come down and let y'all out. Y'all can't go to whatever she said to him.
Mm-hmm.
But in front of us, it was okay, baby. They went in the room, whatever she said, it came out to y'all go ahead. And to the point where I actually seen that conversation. And I think the I don't want to be combative. I want to learn my man so I can see what I need to say and what I need to do to get across to him and not him feel inferior. Like women in the old days used to master that. Like they can trick a man's mind so much that he can feel like it was his idea. And all the time, it was her idea. You know what I'm saying? And I think that right there is lost. Because nowadays, it seems like the minute a woman is 100% right in her mind, she just can't help it but going against the grain and being combative. It doesn't matter. It's not no, I'm going to say it this way. I'm right, and that's what it is. And I'll be damned if I ain't going to tell you to your face, that's what it is. But I think that, and it's so sad because nowadays when you hear women talk, they look down on those women. Like, I ain't those women from behind. You ain't gonna walk over me. But those women got more accomplished with me all the time. And those women stayed married long, way longer. Those women were sticking around with their family a longer time. So whatever they was doing, that everybody just couldn't wait to be liberated from, seemed like it was holding our families together so much intact that it was having us raised with our grandma and granddaddies were together. Then here comes the rebellion. And I just get sick and tired of people always talking about those women were so, they just speak down on those women in the past like they was just so much pushover. But I think those women took the time to actually learn that man to say, okay, this is the way I come into this situation. I know I'm not going, he's a man. He's a masculine man. I know fighting him is never going to get nowhere with him. So let me try to do this, and this. And I think if women was the kind of, that's why I said talk to the older women. If they were to kind of learn that lost art of actually using a feminine whims or wounds, they whole intelligence on a man, I think a lot of times they'll get their way more than they know. That's just a little game I'm giving to the women as a man. I probably shouldn't, but if y'all do that, I'm telling you, y'all get more. It'll get better for y'all. Trust me.
Get more sugar. Right. I mean, get more honey with vinegar. I mean, with You get more bees with honey than vinegar. That's for sure. I'm sorry.
I got you.
I don't know. I don't know what the hell you making, Chris.
I'm just saying. But he's right.
Barbecue sauce.
He's right.
Yeah, that
Men,
nigga make it sound.
men react to masculine energy like men react to any masculine energy. So to neutralize masculine energy is feminine energy, and you have to perfect that. You have to strengthen that to talk to men, because any man worth his nuts is not going to sit there and let you run over him. And if he did, you ain't gonna want that man anyway. You're not gonna like that man. You're gonna want the man that's willing to stand up for himself. So at the end of the day, man, you have to work on your femininity. That is the great neutralizer of masculine energy. Especially when you got a good dude. He's not trying to bark back and forth with you.
He just want to love you.
We got something for next show. Kevin Samuel, I put a clip on the page the other day where the woman described herself, and he was like, took him to the extent where, like, good luck. Like, I don't want a dude don't want another dude. You just named all this masculine energy. So that'll be next week's show. Just saying the placement or whatnot. She was like, I do this, I do that. You're like, okay, that's cool, but he don't want that.
That's important too. I think that's important. I had to talk about that because I had to talk with a couple ladies the other day, and a lot of times women be like, so what do women, women ask me, because I'm married, I think, and I'm nowhere near no guru, but they always be like, so what made you want to get married? And I always tell them like the same thing, like, do you understand that when a man comes out here, it's not no complicated thing. It's actually feeling like once you get with a woman, you feel like, you know what? Like, she make me feel like I'm a king every time I'm around. It's that feeling. It's that feeling that you know that you don't want to walk away from. Like, and then she means it. Like, then she cares for no reason. Like, she actually cares to you. She tends to you. If you get sick, she actually is like, hey, did you take your medicine? Hey, did you take your vitamins today? Like, that little stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I seen Amber say that she talked to a man and he said he want that. Yeah, that's probably the man that's in that, like Chris said, and nobody don't want. And a couple of years down the line, you're gonna find out that you know why no woman wanted him, because
you're gonna want to wear your panties too.
But listen, Mario, even but it's almost like an analogy. Superman had the Fortress of Solitude. Right. So all these women out here, if a man marries you, like the things you just said, I know she's gonna take care of me. And that's what it comes back to. What people don't understand is like the tangible things that a man are looking for. Usually, I don't see people mention it. Like, you're selling yourself, like, I do this, this, and that, but he's looking for the tangible things.
And no matter, it's so sad because I think that I care about black women being happy. I actually do. I was raised by a black woman. I have black aunties. Most of the women in my life who made me who I am and poured into me was black women. So when I see black women, as soon as I ask, why would a man choose you? The first thing they lead with is, I can take care of myself. Like, that's not a compliment. I'm wrong. I don't want you to be begging me for money, but I'm saying that's your best quality is you can take care of yourself as a woman. That's what you lead with. Not, you know what? I'm nurturing. I'm girlfriend. I'm a good mother. I'm like none of those other qualities.
I need a man.
I'm a stern provider. Yeah. So when you meet the dude that you want, he gonna say, "Shit, I am too." And like, I'm not looking for a business partner. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, that's why, you know what I'm saying? That's why I watch my words. I'll be like, bro, lead with something that a man can't give himself or he can't get from his homeboys. Like, I can hang around. I know a whole bunch of people on this show who can take care of themselves, who self-sufficient. Like, all the qualities a woman be telling me is the same ones I can tell about my homeboy. Like, tell me that you like to snuggle under your mate when you watch movies and shit like that. Okay, now we talking. Like, tell me some stuff like that. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Love men,
right? Yeah, like us. I just love when I look at a man and I like tell me some stuff that intrigue me to let me know that, you know what, boy, like Trudy said, she gonna be into me, and then I'm telling y'all, when a man feel that way, you'll wake up in the morning thinking, man, how could I put that smile on her face again? I'm telling you.
Right.
It becomes easy. Like the same thing Tyler's saying is because, like what we were saying, he ain't felt it yet. He hasn't met that woman to say, you know what? Well, this it, right? I don't give a damn what she want. If she want what? I eat pizza 3 times a week, and I don't even like Italian food because of that. And it won't even be bad to you. Next thing you know, you order pizza. You start liking pizza. I'm telling you, it's way more easier if you just stop being combative.
Right. Tyler, my son, I love you, but right now you're still doing the bull dance, son. So you're a vessel of lust out here doing. I ain't mad at you.
Bang
So
bang.
you, bang, 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 bang. We got the genes in them. Xavier,
My
we were
brother.
talking backstage about a topic this week, and I know it was true to your heart. Um,
Oh man, yeah. So yeah. So ladies, listen, with yesterday being Valentine's Day and this illustrious holiday that seems to, if you don't show love on that day, you don't love your mate, type of deal. I wanted to pose a question to the men, as a man, if you didn't do anything for that someone special on Valentine's Day, the actual day, the 14th of February, what does that mean for you as a man? And then I want to go from that to say, why are you viewed as less than two women if you also miss that day? And I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna speak to you guys on why I said that, but I just want to hear your take on it. And let me, Chris, I think we shared some views alike a little bit. I'm gonna run with you first, my bro.
yeah, y'all are
Uh,
interesting.
I may look at it differently on this one, dog. To be honest with you, I'm not a big holiday guy. I haven't. I've been for the last couple, maybe like 3-4 years. I've been, really not celebrating holidays. So, but I'm kind of with the ladies on this one. I believe that if you are a holiday celebrator, you can't tell that you can't show. Okay, let's take Valentine's Day. You can't show that woman that you're willing to dress up and go take kids out to Halloween and go out to celebrate heavy on Halloween. You can't show that woman that you so excited about Thanksgiving and you just can't wait to eat the turkey and do all that other stuff. Then you go to Christmas and do all that, and then you go to New Year's and do all that, and then all of a sudden Valentine's Day come. Oh, now you're Jehovah Witness? No, they don't work like that, fella. If you are a big time celebrator of holidays, why not celebrate Valentine's Day? Like, why not? This is what she gets. She gets bragging rights. She gets to get on the Facebook with the balloons and the stuff, and she gets to say nine and boo boo into these other women's faces, lonely women's face. That's what she wants. That's what almost like that's what you want for her to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't. If you don't celebrate holidays, that's fine. If you're not crunk on Christmas, that's cool. But you can't be crunk on these other Easter's fresh on Easter Sunday and then slack on Valentine's Day. But and why? Like, to me, why would you want to do that? This is the celebration of your lady. Like, this is the celebration of her. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them people that think that you should get something in return. Give me some new shoes. Give me some new J's or whatever. Or a three-way. But the point I'm trying to say is, yes, I'm with the ladies on this. If you celebrate holidays and you show your ass out for Easter, or you wearing green on St. Patrick's Day, you barbecuing for the whole goddamn hood on 4th of July, your motherfucker your ass should be able to celebrate Valentine's Day. You damn right.
Calm down, Cupid. Calm down.
I'm just
he might be the original Cupid.
Maybe it's the mind. It's the heartbreaking disappointments of
That's
the lady that I'm sipping on.
That's Ripple.
Come on, man.
Single Awareness Day. I love it.
Man. We're gonna get a moonshine sponsor.
What you say, Horace?
Mario.
Hey, I have to agree with Chris. I think that at one point in my life, I used to feel like I think it's two ways to look at this, but I definitely agree with Chris. Like, at one point in my life, I used to be like, man, you're not gonna pin me in no corner and make me do something on one day, because if everybody on this show can attest to, I'm a flower giver. I'm a chocolate giver. I'm gonna send roses to your job, edible arrangement. That's who I am. Like, I'll call one of them, and I've dated women out of town to be like, hey, bro, can you go take this around the hug? Could you go? That's who I am. So I used to feel like, how dare you have the audacity to tell me that if I couldn't meet your expectations on one day a year when I'm a 365 Cupid. But then I got married. And then I understood what Chris started saying. Right now, it's definitely not about me. If you have the means to make your woman smile, as a man, you want to do it at all costs. I want my woman, like the same reason why when I went and picked out her ring, I was smiling because I knew she was going to be smiling. It's the same effect. Like right now, you got to just take yourself out of it, you know what I'm saying, fellas, and understand that it's okay for you to say, you know what, I just want to see her happy and I just want to see her smile. And if you telling me the stuff that they be asking for is like, I want to get that to her anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? So why would I not do it just to be what? Go against the grain just to say I didn't do it today? That's crazy. I'm that guy anyway. So, you know, so for me, Valentine's Day ain't never really been bad. It's just that I don't think it should be a demand for somebody to do it. Because if you can, you should do it. But if you can't, I think that you should be, you know, they should have a little mercy because, you know, he might can't do it this year, but next year and the year after. And the last thing, I'm never going to advocate for a man spending anything he don't have to supersede your wants or your to impress you. Now listen, this should be from the heart. If you are a Walgreens card, balloons, and chocolate guy, that's what you do. You give on your level. You're not a Birkin guy. You're not a Louis Vuitton guy. Don't go out because she's running the social media and trying to compete with somebody else, and then next thing you know, you at the title pond. Listen, brother, do it from your heart. And if that woman don't accept that, I think you chosen the wrong woman. Go ahead.
Horace.
I think you guys had some key points. I think from wisdom, I've learned that you got to know your woman. Know the woman that's really into it, because I've had a woman that said, "Don't worry about it. Don't spend a lot of money," and she's actually saying the damn opposite. Where I'm expecting you to do that. Being an idiot in the beginning, okay, cool. She understanding. I got a real one, and then later on that night, cabinet slamming, boom, refrigerator slamming. So I would say know your mate. I also want to say to the fellas, if you know you're a woman and that's something that's big for her, I never encourage you to be financially irresponsible. But I will say, if you know that's your woman, that means you got all year to put 5 or 10 in a little fund to the side. That way you could be prepared when all these extravagant, from Valentine's Day to Mother's Day to Easter, birthdays. I can't keep up with all of them, but Hallmark is really extorted men. But that's my point. If you know that's something for your woman, and I'm learning in this era is about showing up and those kudo points to be like, yeah, girl, look what he did. You got to go ahead and do what's needed. Do I think that a man should be look different if he's not able to meet that standard? No, because like Mario said, be responsible. If you go out and spend money you don't have for this one moment or just to say on social media, look what my guy did, then it's going to end up with some resentment later on. So we always say be responsible, and hopefully that you have a woman that can really embrace and see that you're doing what you can for her. You're giving her your last, and you're just trying to show her what she means to you. So that's my insight, man. So in this era right now, it's about image. So if you can make her smile, you're gonna see her smile more than one way later on. Yes, Mr. Leo.
What you about to say, Chris?
I'm just saying, fellas, think of it like this, because I like to break things down, into man terms. They play 16 games of football. They play 16 games. All of them is important. But the Super Bowl is when you want your team to show out. And the Super Bowl for women tends to be Valentine's Day. That's just the case. So she kind of wants you to show out for it. All games count, because I'm reading John's message. If you do it all year, one day don't matter. I get it. He's married. He probably knows much more than me about this. But what I'm saying is, if you want an analogy, all 16 games count. All of them count. But that Super Bowl is what you really, really want to see your team at. And that's the same thing for the ladies on Valentine's Day. At least that's my opinion.
And to the fellas, just this tip: there's always going to be a holiday coming up. So when you got a chance, get you a little bank account, put 5, 10, 20 to the side. It might be a party that's coming up you want to go to. Have some money to the side and say, "Huh, babe, here go money for your dress and your shoes." Just have that. Listen, you go a long way, fellas. Just having that little rainy day fun to the side, and trust me, when she come home from that part all hammered, you will be the reward recipient that night. Zabo.
All right. So I brought that to you guys because, as you know, I sent to you guys earlier. I saw a god awful thread where women were just being so condescending and so demanding about if a guy didn't do said thing on that said day, what to do with it and things of that nature. And I thought to myself, that's funny because if this guy showed up all year long and you dismiss a young man because of that reason, John said that's going to be heartless, and I think that's selfish. I don't know if I don't know the right words for that, but I think that is heartless and it's selfish because I don't think, or I haven't seen as many women doing that, having that same effort back toward the men. I'm not going to say that it's not done, but I'm saying that I don't see it done to the magnitude in which things are wanted from the men's side. But I get it. I'm listening to you guys. I hear you guys say that that's the woman's holiday. Me and Chris had a conversation yesterday because holidays just haven't been our thing as of lately. Seems like it's so manipulated by money, and which leads me to what John was saying. It's the little things that you do throughout the year that when Valentine's Day come around, if you really been doing your job as that man, it comes in as another day to her. You see what I'm saying? The social media rants and things like that's for the little girls. If you ask me, it's nice to put what you had up there, and that's cool, but I don't think that should be the earmark of your day. Like your whole day shouldn't revolve around that. If you don't have that love from that individual throughout the year to know that if you're in a bad headspace, you can speak to that individual. If you're really in a tight or in a bind, that person has your back. I wouldn't want nothing from them on the 14th of February any damn way. But that's just my opinion. And again, I'm a guy, I don't know. So I posed that to you guys to see what you would say. But I did want to also say to the women, for the women who are saying that Valentine's Day is a must and, all these things need to be done, show the F out. Do you do the same? Do you reciprocate the same energy that you are requiring? And that's my.
And it got to be more than that beaver cleaver. Go ahead, Chris.
Honestly, fellas, those are rich man problems. Those are not my problems. I am single and I am not in love. So those are my problems. What I want to focus on is today, Single Awareness Day. Fellas, this is the time to DM. This is the time to strike. Her feelings are hurt about not being the guy, the dude that took her out on the Valentine's Day. She found out she was not bae. She was more like boo. So here's the time where you want to get in that DM. Here's the time that you want to approach. Get out in the streets. Holler at as many women as you possibly can this week because they're still going to be on an emotional letdown from their main dude that shunned them on Valentine's Day. And this is the perfect time to pick ripe fruit, my brothers. Single Awareness Day is the best holiday in the world for single men.
And I'm surprised I don't see so many hand claps and acknowledgments and the mentions because what he just gave y'all is such a beautiful, elegant way of saying you got to understand when to do what and when to strike. Listen, as a former player in this game that he so eloquently spoke about, I did receive my jacket, so I'm retired. But I had set many records before I left, and I just want to say this: what he brought up the show by saying this. Right now, if you was to talk to a woman, and let's just say she on the ropes, everything that the dude she wanted to do, it costs you half the price to do it today.
Half off.
Economic.
You can get
everything she wanted yesterday.
Half off today.
It's not expired. It's not old. It's not ran through. It's the flowers still have luster. You can walk into your nearest Walgreens. You don't even have to look, because guess where they're gonna put it? Right at the front door. Just walk right on in there. Get you a basket because you might need one. because this is the time when you unload the AK. You go buy 7 dozens of roses. You go buy 7 chocolate boxes, and you go out there and you send them out like you a postal carrier who trying to get the employee of the month. I mean, you mail them off, and then you sit back and wait like a fisherman who got crab on his hook and a great white, and just see who bites. And then now, because this is the beginning of the year, you got a couple months to sit back and reap what you sowed in the early months of this month. That was a lesson. And if nobody wasn't saying amen and passing the plate around, and you missed the whole word. Go ahead, brother.
Not to mention it's tax season. Now, we at the Black Super Friend Podcast do not advocate to give you money. You're supposed to get your ass up and make your own money. But what we do say is, in this period of time, she is going to be willing, once that check hits, she's going to be willing to pay for more dates. She's going to want to go on cruises. You're going to get the best top and bottom you can find coming up. So here's where you set the foundation now. This is where you start, and you pay for some dates and everything like that. When that check drop, bro, I'm trying to tell you, if you the dude in that position, then she's going to treat you like the Princess of Joffa. King Jaffa Joffa.
All right. Well, Chris has somehow turned into the modern day Al Bundy.
No, ma'am.
Good old no, ma'am. But nah, you were on point with it, man. I've seen a lot of comments. To be honest, I'm going to be honest. Hell, I didn't know a lot of people had relationships until yesterday. They just popped up on the screen. You're like, oh, really? Oh.
Yep, big roses, big flowers, balloons, all that.
Oh, my everything. I'm like, well, he's okay, well, whatever. Hey, I'm going to closing comments by the Minister of Love, Chris Leo.
Oh, man, I'm so glad you guys was able to make it here. Like I said, again, it's my favorite holiday. The day after Valentine's Day, where we all find out whether we're single or not. So when you're sitting at home in your bed, crying your pool full of tears, blasting all the single ladies from Beyonce, we like to thank you guys for showing up on the Black Super Friends podcast. And one more thing, we love your guys' addition to the show, but what we're going to need you guys to do is now record yourself asking a question. If we choose the question, we're going to play it live on the show and answer your question. That way you can be interactive. You can be featured on the show. We should answer your question live. All right. Always remember, kings live forever.
Ladies, man.
Definitely want to thank all of you, lovely ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into our show. Hope you had a beautiful Valentine's Day. This is Valentine's Day, the after party now, the side do day. So it might get real nasty for a couple guys, but I'm glad y'all tuned into the show first. Thank you. My brother Mario. Super
Mario Senior, please say the senior.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all coming out because a lot of y'all here every Monday, and that just speaks volume. And if y'all had to give me a gift for Valentine's Day, I'm going to just say that that's what y'all gave me, because it really makes my heart happy to see that y'all come here and listen to 4 dudes who probably don't know what the hell we talk about most of the time every Monday. And y'all just interact with us and fill our heads up. And look at y'all. Y'all doing such a good job. Y'all actually got us excited about Mondays to come talk to y'all. And I just want to say thank you, because we actually take this serious. I'm talking about we actually look forward to Mondays to come in and talk with y'all, because now it's like we talking to family. So once again, next Monday, we're going to be here again. Come on back and then bring your cousin, your friend, and tell somebody at your job. And do one more thing. Repost this so everybody else can get the same enjoyment that y'all got on this Monday. So without you telling them, they can come back by themselves on Monday and bring a friend. And we want to say thank you.
And that's love. And that is love.
Well, I would like to thank everyone today. I was not feeling well, but I was fueled, and I worked off the energy of my co-cast, Chris Leo and the ladies, man, who tonight prophesied and gave the revelation that let me know that I am quite the asshole.
No way.
Yeah, let me in the club because y'all been there. So I definitely enjoyed tonight's show, because as the host, I always want to make sure these guys can flow into them into their conversations and make sure these guys are giving you transparent, authentic answers. It ain't no scripted stuff. So for these guys to pour into these questions, man, I really appreciate it. I think that's what makes the show awesome. So please hit the share button and tell a friend, because tonight I thought a few of the topics were amazing. All right. So catch us next time, next week, same bat channel, Monday Night Raw, 9 p.m. Chris Leo, the ladies' man, Super Mario Sr., and me, Norbert Jr.
What, bro?